All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of The Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
We got most of the squad here today, and we might even have more of us joining as we go. So we'll kind of just have to see how that goes. But for now, I got Tony and Dylan with me. Thank y'all for joining me.
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, brother.
So glad to have us three at least, and let's go ahead and get going. We have game 5 of the finals tonight, which might be the last game of the finals. It might be our last straight up picks, that we're making until we start making future picks this summer. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little excited. As I've said multiple times, we're going to make money no matter who wins. We make less money if the Nuggets win. But at a certain point, I'm ready for the Nuggets to just end it so we stop losing money on the single games here. So I'll save my exact pick, but I'll just let y'all know I'm throwing another hedge in my hedge in the hedge. So it's like hedgeception.
Hedgeception. I love it. Hedging within the hedge within the hedge.
You never know.
We talked about this the other day. We talked about that the other day about how our bets had gotten so convoluted that we were just confused every time something happened.
Yeah, we had so many bets.
Is that good? I don't know.
Exactly. We're either losing money or making money with every stat that happens. Yeah.
we tied an elaborate web of unders and overs that we're like, is that good? It's like, well, in 2 of my parlays, I need it. The other one that's better. Yeah. So you gotta be careful hedging too much. But anyway,
I think we found the right hedge on this one though. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think you did. I just remember us talking.
So yes, but I'll give you the exact hedge later as we go. Game 4. Did that go as we expected? I know none of us picked the Heat straight up. Oh, that's right. Tony put a bonus on there, a little money line, but but yeah, definitely no one saw the Aaron Gordon game coming. So
Seriously.
I don't know. What stood out to you the most, Tony, besides Aaron Gordon, or was it Aaron Gordon?
We've already known the whole time that Denver was going to be a lot bigger than them. And I think even though Aaron Gordon's not like a center, he's, like 6'8", 6'9", they just don't have enough bodies to shut down Jokic, Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., even though he hasn't been playing well. But, they just have too much size and length on them. And I think just the Heat are outmatched. So I think it's going to be over tonight. I think it's pretty much done for.
Yeah, I'm afraid it might be too. But Aaron Gordon, dude, straight up. Lost Dylan for a second. He'll be back, I'm sure. Oh, there he is. All right. So Aaron Gordon, though, obviously he's not going to be the MVP. Like Jokic is going to be the MVP if they win. But Aaron Gordon has played like a huge role in all 4 of their series, always guarding kind of the best guy.
Yeah.
Getting really good stats in terms of rebounds and assists. So you got it. He's been a really big part of the team. I imagine they pay him his money and keep him around for a while.
You kind of have to at this point with Gordon.
Right. Dylan, what stood out to you most game 4? I'll be right back.
Honestly, Aaron Gordon played well, of course, and the Nuggets look good. They look poised to win the series as we predicted. Nothing really surprising. Caleb Martin had a good game, which I did, bet on, so that was good. I actually, my internet went out, so I didn't hear what Tony said. I was going to piggyback off some stuff and comment, but having that Caleb Martin pick, that was nice. So I think I went 1-1 on my actual picks. He did well as expected. Colin's in here, Andrew's in here. Get him in. Everybody's showing up at the same time. Anyway, but yeah, man. And then I think that we had some. We were looking at the point guard. God, I can't think of his name. Not Sharice, Vincent, to have a little better game. He did not play as well as we thought he was going to play. So, kind of a one, kind of disappointment there. But Caleb Martin definitely looking good for the looking good again. And Aaron Gordon just went crazy.
Yeah. So Colin, Andrew, thank you all for joining us. We officially have the whole squad here, so let's go.
What's up?
We were just talking about game 4. We're seeing what stood out to us. Everyone, of course, is saying Aaron Gordon. Obviously, no one saw that game coming. I think in general, we thought the Heat would at least play it a lot closer. Maybe not win, but at least, make it a close game. Andrew, we haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing?
Yeah, man. Sorry, I've been out of town, been busy working on tutoring and getting the house ready because we're about to have a baby soon. So I've been trying to paint and move everything around, like move one room to another room, and it's been crazy. But yeah, man, definitely been watching some NBA. Y'all been talking about Aaron Gordon. I was gonna ask, when was he in the dunk contest, either won or made like a big splash?
Yeah.
That last year, 2 years ago?
That was at least like 3 or 4 years ago. That was
3 or 4 years ago.
You're still with the Magic, I think.
Yeah, that was like 2016, like that was a good while ago. Like him and Zach Levine going head to head in the dunk contest.
Oh yeah. I feel like the dunk contest has almost become a place where some new players can really make themselves known. And that was the first time I'd ever really heard of Aaron Gordon. But he has developed to a place where he just fits such a good role for them. His size and he's a force. There was a game earlier this season that he had like a game-winning dunk in overtime. That was just one for the highlight reel. But he's definitely, I'm sure y'all been talking about it, I'm sure he's been just almost the X factor, because you can plan for Jokic and you can try to plan for Murray, but when you've got people like him stepping up, it's hard to stop.
It's hard enough when you got the stars going crazy, but when the role players start going in too, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, they're playing with a mission right now. The Heat have played, it seems like, several extra games per series, so they're probably exhausted, and they just don't have the same level of squad that Denver has.
Yeah. Colin, if the Nuggets wrap it up tonight, who you blaming the most on the Heat? Is it Jimmy Buckets?
No, I don't think you blame anybody on the Heat, because you ran up against the buzzsaw that is Jokic. Yeah. I think the fact that they're even in the finals to begin with is kudos to Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, and everybody else on that squad. You just got to give it up to them to make it that far.
Yeah.
What if I tell you this? So last year, the Heat have basically the exact same team, and they were the 1 seed, I think, and they made it to almost to the finals. And this year they have the same team. They just didn't play very well in the regular season. So should we be that complimentary of them playing this well all of a sudden in the playoffs? Is there something like maybe they just didn't try as hard in the regular season as they should have? Should Spoelstra or not Spoelstra? Pat Riley, should they have added someone instead of just kept the team as is? Andrew, shaking your head. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I think they need a trade or two to really complete that team. I like Bam, but like y'all said, weren't y'all doing the under on him for the longest time?
Yeah.
He's not showing up in big ways in the end, he has his moments where he can score and be a factor, but he's almost like, and somebody maybe get upset when I say this, he's almost like Anthony Davis in this way. Like, you cannot rely on him to always be who you want him to be.
Dude, yeah. We talked about it a lot where AD was like, good game, bad game, good game, bad game.
Yeah.
It was never consistent. And Bam's consistent on defense, but even this series, he's scoring like 23 points a game, but he's shooting like 23 times a game too. So I don't know, he's just not aggressive. He's settling for those jump shots that he's like kind of hit and miss on.
One thing, to like Dawson, Andrew, to y'all's points, the fact that Bam is choosing to flop as opposed to guard Jokic straight up and really put his body on him, I think that kind of shows you, what his makeup is, that, he's going to defer to hey, let me try to get a foul on this guy, as opposed to like, let me put my body on him and really like push him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tony, any thoughts on Bam?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great player. But I think if he's your second best scoring option on your team, you're in trouble.
I agree.
He's a great guy to have on your team. I think kind of like throwing it back a little bit, like Clint Capella with the Rockets. You know, like he was a great rebounder, great defender. But if you were relying on him to score 15 plus points a night, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
You know, so I think, and I don't really know if I can blame anybody on the Heat. Maybe injuries, because I don't think Tyler Hero would exactly change the whole series, but that's some shooting that they desperately need. That's some scoring that they desperately need to take some pressure off of Jimmy. So, I think if Hero could have gotten better in time for this series, and at this point, it's kind of like, why risk it, But I think if he could have been better before this series, we'd be having a different conversation right now. Not necessarily that they'd be winning, but not on the brink of losing in 5. So it's hard. They definitely overachieved with their roster being how it is this year, and the teams that they beat to get there. That's pretty impressive. I got nothing but love for the Heat and Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler. I just think they're a piece or two away from being that championship contender, like real one. So we'll see what the summer holds for them. Miami is a place that free agents actually like to go. I know Colin and I can attest Memphis ain't really that place. But Miami, that's a different story. So they don't have to trade away the house to get that missing piece. I bet someone will sign with them, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So if you're Miami, you're trying to keep Bam, maybe not as your second best scorer. Dylan, do you think the Gabe Vincents, the Tyler Heroes, the Caleb Martins, have they done enough to up their trade value to be worth where you could trade like 2 of them for Damian Lillard, maybe a draft pick?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just depending on what Jimmy wants, I think, and what direction the team wants to go in. I mean, if they're gonna, I don't know what his contract looks like. I'd have to know where his remaining years are, his options are. But it's the NBA is such a league of either we're there or we're rebuilding, and there's not a lot of in between. So I would say if they're gonna try to make another run at it, you would probably get rid of Strus, Vincent. I mean, you could get Caleb Martin at a good value right now, draft picks. But you need to bring in who complements Jimmy Butler well. It's hard to say. I mean, I would think you would need a scoring point guard, maybe to go with the size of Bam, or another wing that they could kick to. I mean, it's hard to say exactly what I think they need. But obviously, Kevin Love's getting a lot of run. A player that can, has some size, but also can hit threes would be a good play. I mean, I don't think Kevin Love's obviously at his peak. But somebody along those lines that could shoot, that could play defense, because they just are size deficient. So they definitely have needs. I'm impressed with what they've done so far, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I think to jump on that, I agree. They need a guard. I think you get rid of Kevin Love. Obviously, he's probably going to retire soon anyway. I think he's making like $3 million, so you're not freeing up a lot of salary cap there. Kyle Lowry, I think they're paying them like $28 million. So I think he's taken up way too much salary cap for that team for where he's coming off the bench and all that. So I think those 3 players, if we were to maybe move them around for some other people that you can, and to go back to Bam for a second, he's actually trending well in his points every season. He averaged like 4 or 5, then 10 and 12. Now he's up to 20. So he is trending. I think he's been in the league like 6 years. So he's on a good trajectory. He's gotten a deep run in the playoffs now. So, I mean, he can get better, but kind of like y'all were saying, he just can't be the guy you rely on to do 25 points, 30 points on a regular night. Last thing I'll say is Aaron Gordon was in the dunk contest 2016, so good call on that. I just looked it up.
Tony, laser vision.
Yeah, so I think if they're gonna add like you said, if they need a scoring point guard, Lillard's probably the top pick. He's kind of said he wants to go to the Heat. So
I think you put Lillard on this team, they could be
Ooh.
up 3-1 on Denver right now. It could be completely reversed.
Yeah.
Because I think Lillard is just exactly what they need.
Yeah,
They need
I
a
agree.
distributor and they need a lights out shooter that can take over the game when Jimmy's not having a good game. And
Yeah.
Lillard checks
Yeah.
all the boxes.
Yep. But you're gonna have to get rid of some.
100%.
You're gonna have to trade him for. I
Yeah.
think honestly, you're gonna have to trade him for your young guys. Probably Hero. I'm gonna guess Hero would have to be part of the package because
Heroes had to be a part of the package, I would think.
So
Well, and Duncan Robinson has been on the people's trade machines for the last 3 years, ever since he got that contract. So
yeah.
I think Andrew brought up a great point about Kyle Lowry getting the like, hey man, thanks for what you did, but we can't be paying you that amount of money. And it does kind of make me like interested of like, could they somehow, I don't know, with the new CBA, like get rid of Lowry and then also be able to like get a Chris Paul plus one more player or something like that. I don't think Chris Paul necessarily solves, your issues, but he certainly would be a better upgrade than Lowry.
That's right.
I mean,
Chris,
Kyle Lowry for $30 million almost is giving you 11 points a game.
Yeah.
That's it's just not, that ain't it.
yeah, dude, for how like dominant Pat Riley's been as a GM, he's made some really dumb money decisions between like Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry.
Well, Kyle Lowry was a major factor in the Raptors winning the championship a few years ago, and he was smart to take the contract money.
Yeah.
You were mentioning who y'all talking about a second ago, that'd be a good pick from Portland.
Lillard.
Yeah, he is also a player that just seems to stay healthy. He hasn't had like injury after injury, so he can show up night after night on most seasons and just do it.
Yeah. He's my favorite player too. So if he goes, I'm a Heat fan.
Automatic.
Get Lillard out of the West. That's all I'm saying.
Just let
Do
him.
not add him to a contender in the West, please.
He seems to be a franchise player, though. I don't think he has shown a lot of interest, even when it seems like it would make sense that he would leave. He just doesn't. He just keeps signing for more money out there in Portland. So
yeah, he really does love to be like the guy, on a team. And it would be interesting if he does choose to go somewhere else where, that is Jimmy Butler's team, and so
you're right. Even like Kevin Durant, he's had trouble moving around and playing with other people. It's not always about your individual talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Durant on the Warriors. He was the best player on that team, but that was not his team at all.
Yeah. It's hard. Really, LeBron's the only one that's been able to successfully move around like and win championships.
Hey, don't forget about Robert Horry.
It's got Bob.
He's great standing in that corner.
He can hit threes in clutch minutes, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I think to talk about LeBron for a second and why he stands out to be different, it's because every team he's gone to, it's understood that they're building it around him. Yeah. Like he's not joining another team that's already got their own 3 guys doing their thing. He's not the 4th dude being added to a roster. It's always like he's the centerpiece, and then he basically dictates to the coach and the owner exactly who he wants around them. And I think that's what makes that different.
All right, guys, we got less than a minute. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll come back and make our official picks for tonight's game, and hopefully we'll win a little money.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. We're back. We're going to make our official picks. I've got my lucky charm Lily here. She's going to help us out. Hopefully, maybe she'll make a pick. We'll see. You can say hi, Lily. No, she's shy. She's shy sometimes. There we go.
Hi.
All right. I will go ahead and make my first pick so that I can mute myself here and there in case Lily gets really excited and starts yelling at y'all, or telling you you're making a bad pick. Something like this. So, as y'all know, I've got the Heat winning it all from like a couple weeks ago at the big money. And then I hedged it with taking the exact result of the Nuggets over the Heat so that we'd at least win some good money. So I am going to hedge the hedge that's of the hedge So Hedgeception going down. I'm using my bonus bet after I lost the last bet on the no sweat bet. I'm putting my bonus bet on the Heat money line tonight. I believe it's plus 300 right now. So either way, if the Nuggets win, we win our $60. If the Heat win, we'll win 30 tonight and let it ride and see how far it goes. So that is the ultimate hedge going down tonight. I'm taking the Heat money line. So that is my official pick for tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'll be cheering for the Heat. And hopefully Jimmy has a bit. Part of me wanted to put like a parlay of like Jimmy's going to score 25 points also, but it only adds like $8 to it. And I don't know, man, maybe something crazy happens and Vincent and Strus or Caleb Martin go off. So I'm just putting Heat money line. That's it. All right. Who's feeling confident? Uh-oh.
I can go.
Dylan's got it.
Dylan,
I mean, I'll
let's hear
go.
it.
I mean, if you got, yeah, I mean, you know, I came prepared today. I don't come in here without the most confident picks that I got. Doesn't mean they're going to win, but I will deliver with confidence.
All right, wait a
I will
second,
deliver.
Dylan. Let me hear your. So here's Dylan with his pick.
Hey, Dylan. Hey, come on in here for a second.
All right, got the sounder off. Let's go, Dylan. What you
All
got?
right, perfect. Thank you for the intro. That's great. Is that Stewie? Hey, Stewie. So you know, I'm gonna be riding. I got 3 picks tonight. Just starting off the top. I'm gonna go ahead and play the spread tonight. I like the 8.5 points for Miami. This is a must win for them. I don't necessarily think they're gonna win the game, but I do think that they stay closer than you know they have. They did take a game in Denver already, so not you know against you know something that's already happened for them to do you know that again or at least stay within 8. It's opened at 9. It opened at -9. It's already moved down to 8.5. So I'm not alone there. I think the line is going to move that direction. And then I did do a same game parlay. I do like Jamal Murray over 8.5 assists. He's been distributing a lot more in the past few games. I think he's had like 10 assists or so in the past all 4 games. So he's been over that mark. Obviously not during the regular season. It's kind of, contrary to his normal style of scoring. But he has been, distributing a lot better. And then I do have Aaron Gordon for 8+ rebounds in that parlay. I think he does get the ball, get the rebounds at home. Coming off a monster game. He's going to be flying around. Hopefully keeps that momentum going. So those 2 parlay is going to give you plus 355. And then finally, I'm going to play my favorite combo. I think the Joker. I really do think the Nuggets do get it done tonight, even though it's a close game. But I do think the Joker is going to get his combo tonight. It's up there. It's at 52.5 points, assists, and rebounds. But we're talking about 30 points, 32 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and we're there. And he could easily get 16 rebounds or 16 assists. So I think he gets that mark tonight. So those are my official picks. First one is Miami Heat plus 8.5. That's -110. The same game parlay is Jamal Murray over 8.5 assists. Aaron Gordon to record 8 rebounds. That's plus 355. And then finally, Joker over his combo 52.5.
All right, man. I like it. Something I forgot to mention also, Dylan's French Open pick hit.
You're welcome.
His year of the Joker goes on.
You're the Joker, man. I called it. I mean, come on now. Everybody with the name of Djokovic or Djokovic. Hey, well, Marshawn Lynch, got a hit. I don't know, whatever it is. But anybody with that name is going to win this year. So, yeah, thanks, Dawson. It was a good game against. I think was it Alcaraz? I think who he was the other favorite.
In the semis, he did. He took down Alcaraz, yeah.
Took down Alcaraz, yeah. I mean, just Joker's got the experience. French Open, the only guy that's really beat him there has been, Nadal. Nadal's not playing. I thought he was the obvious favorite. Looks like it worked out. So, plus, I think plus 190, a little bit of money there, a little bit of juice.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, Dylan. Let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and go to my man, Big Bear, Montana. Tony. What are you thinking tonight?
Well, first thing, before my pick, I want to give a shout out to Lily. I was this close to wearing my Minnie Mouse shirt and tutu. She totally would have upstaged me, so I'm glad I did not do that. But I'm going to go. I got 2 picks for you guys tonight. I'm going to go the opposite of Dylan. I'm going to say the Nuggets are going to cover that 8.5. I think they've never won a title before. The atmosphere in that place is going to be crazy. They're the better team. I think they're going to win by double digits. So I'm just going to be safe and keep it at 8.5. So that's my first one. Nuggets will win by that. And then I'm going to do a same game parlay on DraftKings. It's a 4-legger. It's a lot of Nuggets. I got one little Heat sprinkle in there because I felt bad for him. So give me Caleb Martin hitting 2 3-pointers at least. Aaron Gordon. I don't know if he's going to have a game like Game 4, but I think he's going to show up again. Give me Aaron Gordon 20+ points, rebounds, assists. Jamal Murray 30+ points, rebounds, assists, and Jokic 35 points and rebounds. We're leaving assists out of it. I know they've been kind of taking out some of his passing this series, but they're not really taking down his scoring or rebounding. So I'm going to leave that out and go with the lower number of 35. So those 4 picks are going to give you plus 290. Again, that's Aaron Gordon 20+ points, rebounds, assists. Jokic 35 points, rebounds. Murray 30+ points, rebound, assist, and then Caleb Martin 2 3-pointers. You're muted, my guy.
Muted, bro.
So just one pick from Tony. Is anybody? Let me know also if y'all are using your bonus picks because I know someone else did a no sweat bet. So just let me know if that's happening so I can put it on the sheet. So we've got the Heat plus 8.5, the Nuggets minus 8.5, both at minus 110. So we're definitely going to lose some money. So that's good. But that doesn't mean everyone has to follow all the picks, obviously. Don't want to do both of those. We'll just keep on my screen as I've got a little clockwise motion going. So Andrew, what are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, man. I got a single game parlay going along some similar lines, a little bit different, but I got Denver finishing it tonight by over 11.5. So I also got them scoring more than 106. And I got Aaron Gordon for going over 11.5. So that comes out to be plus 290.
Okay. All right, repeat that for me again.
So Denver by negative 11.5. They're going to win by more than 11, 12 or more. They're going to score more than 106.5. And Aaron Gordon's going to go for more than 11.5. 12 or more. That's at plus 290.
Okay. All right, man. All right, so plus 290. And last but not least, Colin, what are you thinking?
Yeah, honestly, I've kind of got little bits of everybody on this, but I've got 2 bets. One single is Nuggets second quarter spread minus 2.5.
Yeah. All right, second quarter. Was it 2.5? Did I lose Colin? We lost Colin.
Yeah, we lost him. It was minus 2.5, but he did fall out.
I'm sure he'll be right back. So in second quarter, minus 2.5. There he's coming back on the phone.
There we go. By God. Nothing's going to stop me from getting these picks in, baby. By God.
I love it. All right. So Colin, we got your first pick with the Nuggets minus 2.5 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
What else are you going with?
Nuggets have won every second quarter. This time, I think that train keeps rolling. And then I've also got a 2-way parlay that is it's a Gabe Vincent plus 2+ made threes, and then also Nuggets minus 8.5 on the spread. That gets me plus 214.
All right.
And if you want to get crispy and throw in Aaron Gordon plus 15 points, that gets you I think it goes up all the way to plus 514. So I'm not going to, but that is pretty crispy. I think he ends up with 14 or something.
All right. Now 514, that sounds a little
Juicy.
I think we got all the sounders in today, so I'm happy.
And then, honestly, let's get weird and throw a third bet in there. It's very kitschy, but Butler to be the first player to score 10 plus points. That's plus 290. I think he comes out trying to do everything he can to win in the first quarter. So throw that on there plus 290. I think that could happen.
All right.
Let's get weird.
Hey, where are you getting that at, Colin? Where's that plus 290 at? I'm playing.
FanDuel.
Where do you find first 10 points?
That's a good question.
There's something on FanDuel that's like early cash out or something like that, or first or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like the race too. If you go all the way to, that's the team. Well, crap.
Oh, I see it. I got it. First player to 10.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it. I'm playing with it, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like any of those, like Jamal Murray plus 300, Jokic plus 250, like I don't think there's really a bad in it.
I saw someone hit Max Strus game 2 when he went off for the first quarter, and it was like plus like 10,000, for him to do that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't us though, unfortunately.
Was not us.
All right, guys. I'll listen back and update the sheet completely. I've got little bits and pieces on there, but I like it. We got a lot of bets again tonight. We definitely cannot hit all of them, but hopefully we hit enough that we stay afloat.
I love it.
We're gonna make some money tonight, guys. We're gonna make some money tonight.
Oh, I gotta.
That's the guy that's contrary. I'm contrary to everybody, so hopefully.
Okay. Well, now I got the Heat on the money line, so if they're gonna cover, they better just win.
They just better win, yeah. Hey, but the second quarter spread, thank you, Colin. I did play that the other day, and I want to say thanks for that.
Yeah, that was good. I got burned first quarter with that half point, so I was like, I'm gonna go to trust.
Go to Trusty Trust.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you all for joining me. As we always say, bet responsibly, listen to what we say, see if you agree with us. Don't forget to hedge. Let's make some money. All right.
See you, boys.
We'll see you. Hopefully there will be a next time. No.
Peace.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.